The public can also access meeting via WebEx technology. The meeting of the Fox Hill School Building Committee will be held in person at the location provided on this notice. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance, and we ask that you please identify yourself and turn your camera on if possible. We will have public participation, and we limit that to 3 minutes. So if we want to go ahead, and the first item is approval of the November 11th meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Chris Monaco? Aye. Martha Simon?
Aye.
Jeremy Brooks?
Aye.
Eric Conti?
Yes.
Nicole Kasha? Yes. Bob Cuna?
Yes.
Paul Segarino?
Yes.
Dennis Villano?
Yes.
Jennifer Priest?
Aye.
Margot Bunker?
Yes.
And the chair is a yes, so that's 11-0-0. All right. The next item up is invoices and commitments for approval. Do you guys want to show anything for that?
We've got, Christina, do you mind running through what we have for invoices?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have for 15 in the amount of $36,005. Danisco invoice number 9911 in the amount of $29,545 for the feasibility study. Danisco invoice number 9912 in the amount of $733.10 for the site survey. Danisco invoice number 9913 in the amount of $1,318.79 for the traffic study. And the final invoice, Danisco invoice number 9914 in the amount of $4,088.37 for the wetland/ANRAD.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Invoices. Second.
Any discussion? Okay, I'll take roll call again. Chris Monaco?
Aye.
Martha Simon?
Yes.
Jeremy Brooks?
Aye.
Eric Conti?
Yes.
Nicole Kasha?
Yes.
Bob Cuna?
Yes.
Paul Segarino?
Yes.
And John Denizio? Oops, he's out. Sorry. Dennis Villano? Jennifer Priest?
Aye.
Margot Bunker?
Yes.
And chair is an aye, so that's 11-0-0.
As
And
part of our budget update and invoices and commitments, we provide a monthly budget status update to you. This budget update status reflects the invoices that were approved at our last SBC meeting. The invoices that are approved this evening will be reflected in the next budget status update. As you can see, as far as our budget balance on the right-hand corner, we have about $286,147 remaining that have not been encumbered.
thank you. Any comments or questions on that? All right. Moving right along. How about previous public comment responses, please?
We did have a previous public comment. We are still waiting for a formal response to that public comment. So in our January meeting, we'll make sure we address it at that meeting. I just want to make sure that it's on record that we did have a comment, but we will be addressing it in our January meeting.
Okay, thank you. And the next item is any public participation or comments? Anybody online? Any hands up? Nope, and there's nobody here. Moving right along. How about the cost estimate update, please?
Sure, I'll kick us off. For members of the committee, If you had the opportunity to take a look at the memo that was co-authored by Danisco and Dorn Whittier, summarize the issue at hand. For the most part, if I could step back a moment and just talk a little bit about the cost estimating process. If you remember, we have two independent cost estimates, one performed by Danisco's cost estimator, one by Dorn Whittier's cost estimator. And the advantage is you have two separate independent bodies looking at the same set of design documents that then reconcile, compare notes, compare quantities, unit prices, et cetera, to get within a few percentage points to have confidence in the numbers. The second point of reference is that at this stage, the numbers are not nuts and bolts and very detailed. They are pretty high level in terms of unit costs and rough quantities. So to be within a few percentage points at this stage is not uncommon and very typical. But essentially what happened was we, after the reconciliation, after we had presented numbers in the 2 November meetings, it was brought to our attention that there was essentially a clerical Excel error that summed a column of all the direct costs, typically in the escalation line, which marks up the cost because we're not going out to bid until 2026 or sometime thereafter. So what that did was it artificially underreported the amount of escalation and then the overall project cost. Fortunately, what we do at this stage, which is pretty customary, is we take the two estimates and we kind of blend them to form an average to get that line by line total markups and then the overall project cost. So the error was fortunately, less impactful than it could have been if we had taken one or the other. So that's a little bit about the background, how we estimate what happened. What we had tried to do is recreate the cost slides and all the cost information that had been reported previously. It's both a big number and a small number, depending on how you're looking at it. The timing is pretty close to awful because we're on the eve of submitting, hopefully a vote to submit the MSBA submittal for the preferred schematic report. So it's both a big and a small number because depending on how you're looking at it, we're talking millions of dollars. Fortunately, we had the response from Ways and Means to talk about what that meant, not just on the project cost, but the impact and update of the study that Ways and Means did to try to estimate the average impact of the average taxpayer, residential taxpayer. So we tried to recreate all that documentation, of course, because we have to submit it to the MSBA. But we did want to be transparent. We felt we had the obligation to let everybody know. Of course, the timing is downright terrible, but we're here to answer any questions. If you really want to dig into the details, in the link to the meeting minutes and the meeting presentation folder, there is a backup folder that does contain a few extra slides that does recreate what was shown previously. So again, a little bit about the clerical error was that it underreported the amount of escalation for all the new options. So all the renovation and all the renovation and addition options, it just did not pertain to those options. So in the backup folder, there is what the previously reported amounts were and what the new amounts are for you to look at for both, not both, but all four of the 3A through 3D options, which we were down to looking at, and those on the committee were trying to form an opinion and a decision based on those numbers. So we apologize for that error. We hope, if you're curious and really want to dig into the information, it's there for you to look at. We're here to answer any questions, but we feel the two slides that are most impactful from the decision and to update you, one on the screen now, illustrates the total construction cost. The ground source heat pump and mass save incentives did not change at all. And so we're just trying to show the impact to the bottom line. So the adjusted total construction cost, you'll see from that presented in November to tonight, is about $2.7 million.
Thank you. And again, does anyone have any questions or comments in regards to what we just learned? Dr. Conti?
Steve, the way you described it applied to all scenarios equally, correct? There wasn't one scenario that was favored or another scenario that was favored. So those of us who made the decision, again, it was impacted universally across every possible scenario.
Yeah, all the new options were exactly the same, the ratio that it affected them. So by the time we had the updated cost information, the committee had already made the decision to take a lot of the renovation only and addition renovation options off the table. So all the new options, especially pertaining to 2 versus 3-story, were all impacted equally the same.
Thank you. And any comments from Ways and Means? You all may, I believe there was an email that went around about the impact on the annual information as far as taxpayers.
Yeah, the impact on the residential rate is derivative from the total cost that we have to bond, and, you know, the same baseline number. It's still in the range of $200 average home. It went up about just under $10, but that's close enough. There's enough changes coming in the future that I think it's $200 is a good number to use.
All right, thank you. I just thought that
too
was important to point out.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Any other questions or comments? Ms. Monaco?
I just wanted to clarify with Roger, the $200 is for the whole project. This small change was just a small amount, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay.
The delta, like I said, was about $10 over the previous estimates. But
Yeah.
it's still in the range of 200.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Kuna? Oh, no, good? All right, all right. The next item is the lead registration.
I'm going to turn this over to Donna or Vivian Vinchuk for discussion.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to undo this. Hold on. It won't let me undo my camera, so that's why I should be there in person. So there we go. All right. We were just notified, if you can hear me okay, we were just probably notified a couple of, maybe last week or the week before, that LEED is changing or modifying the way that they will be scoring and accumulating the points, and as of effective January 1, 2024. So Thornton Tomasetti, our sustainability consultant, strongly recommended that we register the project before the end of this year so that we can take advantage of either the new system or the old system, whichever is more favorable. But I think the total cost is somewhere around $1,500 to register it. That's all we're doing right now. Obviously, we haven't started the design, but this will allow us to continue on the path that we are, still hopefully achieve gold. That's what we're targeting right now. And it does not impact MSBA reimbursement whatsoever, or anything else, but it just gives us the flexibility going forward.
So, Madam Chair, I guess, Don, you're looking for, I'd like to make a motion to authorize NISCO to submit
Lead registration on behalf of the town of Burlington.
I'll second that.
Okay, it looks like we have some discussion. Somebody has a question online. I can't see who it is. Oh, yes, Ed Parsons?
I had a question on the cost estimates. I've had my hand up since then.
You mean from the previous slides?
That's correct.
Okay, I guess we can go back to that if you'd like.
Thank you. Through the chair. My question is whether the error in the cost estimates was in one of the two estimates, or if there was a correlated error in that the same spreadsheets and formulas were used for the two.
It's in one of the estimates only.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And that updated estimate's available.
If anyone's looking for it, it was AM Fogarty's cost estimate, so we've updated that as well, the updated one as well, with the updated, it's under final evaluation of alternative section.
Yeah, Donna, the last volley that was sent out includes that specific information.
Oops. All right, we had a motion. Do we have a second? I'm sorry, Mr. Ledlam. Okay, thank you.
And any additional discussion? All right, I'm going to go through the roll call. Mrs. Monaco?
Yes.
Ms. Simon?
Yes.
Mr. Brooks?
Yes.
Dr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Kasha? Yes. Mr. Cuna?
Yes.
Mr. Sagarino?
Yes.
And did Mr. Denizio say he wants to hold a hand up or not, because he doesn't know mic?
He's having mic trouble, so we can try.
Do you want to hold your hand up online, Mr. Denizio?
Yes.
Oh, we got him.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's see. Mr. Villano? Oh, he's not here. Ms. Bunker? Oops, Dennis is here. Yep. Sorry about that. Ms. Priest?
Yes.
And Ms. Bunker?
Yes.
All right. So the chair is a yes, so that is 12-0-0. All right. Next item is preferred schematic report submission approval.
I
I
move
move
the
that we approve the preferred schematic.
mission for approval to SBA. Is that the right? Yeah, thanks. Motion to authorize OPM, Dorr and Whittier.
To the mic.
Motion to authorize OPM Dorr and Whittier Management Partners to submit the preferred schematic report on behalf of the town of Burlington to the Massachusetts School Building Authority.
I'll second.
You're good, Roger, thank you.
Any discussion? All right.
Just when's the deadline?
21st?
We plan on submitting on the 21st, but the deadline's actually not until next week, but we're trying to get it submitted this week, so folks can enjoy the break.
I just want to say thank you. I know it's a ton of work, and getting it in early is great this time of year. So I know you're all busy, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So I just would also like to point out that, yeah, we will submit it. MSBA also requested that we submit the Facility Assessment Subcommittee presentation. And first it was supposed to be with the submission. Now they're asking for us to submit it by the 20th, which is Wednesday. So hopefully we'll have both and be able to update. And we did receive a couple of comments, which I appreciate in advance. So we're going through the whole presentation or the whole submission to MSBA to make sure that where the costs have been updated are also reflected in all of the sections.
Thank you. Any other comments?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and do roll call. Ms. Monaco?
Yes.
Ms. Simon?
Aye.
Mr. Brooks?
Aye.
Dr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Kasha?
Yes.
Mr. Cuna?
Yes.
Mr. Sagarino?
Yes.
Mr. Denizio?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Villano?
Yes.
Ms. Priest?
Aye.
Ms. Bunker?
Yes.
And the chair is a yes, so it's 12-0-0.
A question for Donna.
Ms. Monaco has a question for you, Donna.
Donna, do you need another vote for the other submission?
For the FAS?
The thing that needs to go in on the 20th,
Yeah,
whatever.
no, it is, it is the subcommittee, feasibility assessment subcommittee presentation. They just like to review it in advance. So thank you, but we don't need a vote.
All right, and are there any other topics that anyone would like to discuss? Ms. Simon?
I also want to thank all the people who put this amazing document together, whether it was staff people in the district or Doran Whittier and Danisco, and it was a lot of work. And it's exciting that we've gotten to this point where we can submit the PSR. So thank you, and onward.
Exactly. Woohoo. All right.
Formal introduction.
Sure.
For those that are here in person but online, just wanted to formally introduce Andrea O'Toole, part of the Doran Whittier team. She's here tonight. Just wanted to make a formal introduction. She'll be assisting the project management on our side for the rest of the job.
Welcome and thank you. All righty. Any other public comment? We're back to public comment. Anyone online? No hands? And there's nobody in here? So the next thing I guess I'll talk about is the next meetings. January 9th at 6:30, January 30th at 6 p.m., February 26th at 6 p.m., March 19th at 6 p.m., and April 8th at 6 p.m. So do I have a motion to adjourn? All right, I guess I'm going to have to take roll call for an adjournment. So, Ms. Monaco? Aye. Ms. Simon?
Aye.
Mr. Brooks? Aye. Dr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Kasha? Mr. Cuna?
Yes.
Mr. Sagarino? Yes. Mr. Denizio? Yes. Mr. Villano? Yes. Ms. Priest?
Aye.
Ms. Bunker? Yes. Chair is an aye, and it's 12:00. We are adjourned.